So our next poet up tonight is Allison Akungar. And what I want to say about Allison is that she was the only poet invited to Leonard Cohen's 75th tribute birthday party at the Winspear Center. And because she wrote a poem, and she's in the anthology for the Leonard Cohen anthology. And so they invited her to read on the strength of her reading that they saw on YouTube and on the strength of her poetry, which is undeniable. Come on up, Allison.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out on this frosty night. I have several themes in these poems, and I'll just kind of pick and choose as I go here. I have an interest in genealogy and tracing family history, and this summer I was able to go back to Ontario, where some of my ancestors are buried. So one of these comes from that trip, or a couple of them do. So this is one of the epigrams. The cemetery record says they are here, but even names carved in stone may disappear. A white tablet stands askew, bleached by sun, worn by wind, rain, and snow. Erased, so neither eyes nor fingertips reveal. Is this the grave of my great-great-grandparents, the brave ones who brought us here from across the sea, displaced from their own rocky isle? Sorry. And the next one is a Korean Sijo. Is that the right pronunciation? I've named it, I've just given it a title, Own Sound, Ontario, which is where 3 of my 4 grandparents came from, that part of the world. I seek my long-dead grandmother in this old port town where she grew up. Wander past stately brick homes, want to open doors to ask for her. Gaze at the sparkling waters of Georgian Bay with her young eyes. And there tends to be, as any of you have been around me for very long, quite a few poems that are generated from being inspired by my grandchildren. So this is related to that. It's another Sijo, or it's kind of a pair of Sijos. My house is ready, plants out of reach, toys in view. So quiet I can hear the beat of my waiting heart. My grandchildren burst in, banish silence with chatter and play. I delight in their presence, catch my breath in their absence. Gasp when a friend tells me I now have custody of my grandchildren. Full-time parent all over again. Oh my God. They're wonderful, but on a time-limited basis. So the next one I'll do, I guess, is a pastiche, which is based on the poem probably all of you know by Wordsworth called Daffodils. I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. And it was set by, or he was inspired by wandering by an English lake. And I decided to set mine in Canadian landscape, partly from having been on a lake, beautiful lake, in northern Ontario this summer too. The pine, it's called The Loon. The pines form silhouettes black and tall. The wind is settling for the night, when all at once I hear a call. A loon glides by through fading light. I feel its haunting loneliness, echoing through my emptiness. This land of ours, so grand and vast, its beauty stark, its waters cold, its rocky landscape made to last. Its wildness makes me grow more bold. So like the loon, I'll swim alone and call to claim this place my own. Like many of us in the class, we were quite inspired by the beautiful fall we had, which did end quite suddenly, unfortunately. So I'll do one of, I ended up writing one for each month, but I'll read you my October one. and it's in the memoriam stanza form. Vivacious October waltzes by in gown of gold, berries strung round her neck, twirls her skirts, holds nothing in check. Her beauty catches every eye. Wild wind sweeps her off her feet. In dark of night she consorts with frost, enticed by what his diamonds cost. By morn she ends up on the street. Her gown now shed, her color pale, her limbs now barren in shades of gray. Her arms stay raised as if to pray. No skirts to rustle, she can only wail. And then I have just a couple more grandchildren one here. These are the two lay poems from scenes with my grandchildren. The first one's called Backseat Serenade. Song from back seat, voice tiny and sweet, young child. She swings little feet in time to the beat, bright child. Her song now complete, I ask for repeat, grandchild. And the second one here is Wagon Ride. Round the block we go, two children in tow, playtime. Wagon ride goes slow, please don't drag a toe, stop time. Pause to watch a crow, find where daisies grow, best time. And then the last one I'll do is another grandchild one, and this is just from something that happened recently, driving her to her mother so I could go on to my poetry class, actually. And it was just one of those beautiful evenings with a clear sky and a crescent moon. So it's called My See It Moon, line from her. A crescent moon ornaments the sky as we drive through the city at dusk. Can you see the moon? I say to the toddler in back. Her new car seat now faces forward. My see it moon, she quickly replies, and repeats this many times, for the moon plays hide and seek with us as our route takes twists and turns. Behind a spruce or a hill it hides, then jumps across the road. It plays a game of peekaboo the whole way to downtown until we stop, and then it's caught in the bare arms of an elm.